Now we are going to do the exercise, children. Remember, when you all do the exercise, make sure you do it before me. And you have to answer all the questions given in the exercise, and you can check the answers whether you have done it right or not by looking at my answers. Okay? So before I do this one, you all have to complete your exercise. Understand? Okay. So first we are going to start with the exercise given in the textbook. So choose the correct answer. Select the group of animals consist of only vertebrates. Only vertebrates, right? So we will check bull, snail, crow. Okay, bull is a vertebrate because it's a mammal, but snail doesn't have a backbone. Therefore, it is not a vertebrate. Therefore, A is not the answer. Next one, butterfly. Butterfly is an invertebrate. It doesn't have a backbone. What about the C? Third one, gecko, iguana, crocodile. They all are coming under vertebrates, right? They all have backbones. Crab, prawn, they don't have backbones. Therefore, the correct answer, select the group of animals consists of only vertebrates, that is gecko, iguana and crocodile. Okay. Number 2. Select the invertebrate. Invertebrate means the animal without a backbone, right? Toad. Toad is a type of amphibian. Amphibians have backbones. Seahorse. Seahorse is a type of fish. They also have backbones. Prawn. Prawn doesn't have a backbone. Prawn is coming under invertebrates. Rat snake is coming under reptiles. Reptiles are vertebrates. So answer C. Number 2. The list of animals is given below. Iguana, mosquito, squirrel, fish, a snakehead fish, whale, crow, bat, crab, bull, butterfly, bee, scorpion and millipede. Number 1. Group the animals in the above list as vertebrates and invertebrates. So a set of animals is given here. You have to categorize them as vertebrates and invertebrates. Okay? We will do that now. I'm going to do it in a table. Right. Now we will write vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates and invertebrates. Iguana. Iguana is coming under vertebrates. It's a type of reptile. Okay. So iguana goes here. Iguana. Mosquito is an insect and invertebrate. Mosquito. Squirrel. Squirrel is a mammal and a vertebrate. Snakehead fish, a vertebrate. Snakehead fish. And whale. Whale is a mammal and a type of vertebrate. Whale. And crow. Crow is a bird and again a vertebrate. Bat. Bat is a flying mammal. It has a backbone. So a vertebrate. Bat. Crab. Crab doesn't have a backbone. It is an invertebrate. Bull? Bull is a mammal and it is a vertebrate. Bull. Butterfly, bee, scorpion, millipede. They all are invertebrates because they don't possess a backbone or a vertebral column. Okay? So we will write butterfly, butterfly, bee, scorpion, millipede. Millipede. Understand? Right. So the set of vertebrates: iguana, squirrel, snakehead fish, whale, crow, bat and bull. Invertebrates: mosquito, crab, butterfly, bee, scorpion and millipede. Okay children, we will move to part 2 of this question. Right. Make a dichotomous key for the above vertebrates. Okay. Not for all the animals but for the vertebrates. So who are the vertebrates? We have iguana, squirrel, snakehead fish, whale, crow, bat and bull. Okay. We will go through that. Right. First of all, we have to write the list separately. The names of all the vertebrates. So here, iguana, so we will write iguana, squirrel, fish, whale, crow, bat and bull. Okay, so we are going to use these animals to make our dichotomous key. Okay, right. Iguana, squirrel, fish, whale, crow, bat and bull. Right. Okay. So when you look at these animals, there are so many differences. I am going to consider as the first difference with forelegs and without forelegs. When you look at these animals, you can see some animals have fur, some animals have scales, some animals have fins, and some of them have horns. You can use different characteristics. Okay, so we will start. So we'll use with forelegs, with forelegs, without forelegs, without forelegs, without forelegs. Okay, with forelegs and without forelegs. I'll pick a different color so that you can see clearly. Right. Who are the animals with forelegs? You all have to help me to do this now. Okay, what about iguana? Yes, iguana has forelegs. Iguana Squirrel? Yes, squirrel has 4 legs. Squirrel. Fish? No legs. Whale? Again no legs. What about crow? Crow also doesn't have 4 legs, only 2 legs are there. Even bat has only 2 legs, right? Bull has 4 legs. Bull. And this side we will write the rest, animals without 4 legs. Fish, whale, crow, and bat. Okay. With 4 legs, iguana, squirrel, and bull. Without 4 legs, fish, whale, crow, and bat. And again, we are going to divide this side. Okay, children. Here I will take with horns and without horns. Again, there are many differences. You can use number of differences here. But here I am going to take with horns and without horns. With horns. And if this side is with horns, the other side is definitely without the same characteristic or the absence of the same characteristic. Okay. So without horns. Without horns. So animals with horn, iguana and squirrel, no horns, but bull has horns. Okay. So bull goes here. Iguana and squirrel to this side. Iguana and squirrel. Okay. Now can we divide this side again? No. That is because only one animal is remaining. So this branch is completed, right? But at the same time, here we have 2 animals. Therefore, we need to divide. We will go through. You know that iguana is coming under reptiles, but squirrel is a mammal. Therefore, mammals have fur or hair. I am going to use that fact here, right? With fur, with fur, without fur, without fur. So with fur, squirrel. Without fur, iguana. Without fur, iguana. Okay, right. So can you divide this branch and this branch again? You cannot, because only one animal is remaining at the end of each branch. Okay, so it means this side is completed. Now we have to go to the other side. We will do that now. Right. Fish, whale, crow and bat. So as the first characteristic here, I am going to take the presence and absence of wings. We will go through. So we will write with wings, without wings. without wings. With wings and without wings. Who are the animals with wings? Crow and bat. They can fly, right? Crow and bat. And fish and whale, no wings. Fish and whale. And here we have to divide again into two. What is the fact that you can take here? So when you consider crow and bat, even though they can fly, even though they have wings, you all know that crow is a bird and bat is a mammal. So in that case, crow has feathers, bat doesn't have feathers, right? Bat has hair or fur, but crow doesn't have. And crow has a beak and bat doesn't have a beak. There are so many differences. We will take one of them. With a beak, I'm going to take with a beak, without a beak, without a beak, with a beak and without a beak. So crow is a bird and it has a beak. And bat doesn't have. Okay? So you can't divide them anymore. So we have to move to the other side. Right. So when you take fish and whale, whale can swim. Whale is an aquatic animal, but at the same time, whale is a mammal. Okay? So in that case, fish has scales. So we can take that factor. With scales and without scales. With scales, without scales. Remember children, you don't have to do this dichotomous key in the same way that I do. Okay, as I told you, there are so many other characteristics that you can consider about. So you can start off. Now here I started with forelegs and without forelegs. Some of you may start with horns and without horns, right? Or some of you may start with fur and without fur. So likewise, you have the freedom to do it in different ways. Okay, children? But at the same time, remember, when you divide these, one side should be based on the presence of a certain characteristic and the other side should be with the absence of the same characteristic. Okay? Right. So we have to complete this one with scales and without scales. Fish and whale, which animal has scales? That is fish. Without scales, whale. So that is the end of the branches. We will go from the beginning. We have 7 different types of animals: iguana, squirrel, fish, whale, crow, bat and bull. So I took with forelegs, without forelegs. So with forelegs, iguana, squirrel and bull. Without forelegs, fish, whale, crow and bat. So this side, these 3 animals I can divide with horns, without horns. So with horns, bull. Without horns, iguana and squirrel. So iguana and squirrel again, with fur, without fur. Squirrel has fur, iguana doesn't have. Right? So this side, with wings and without wings. Crow and bat, they have wings. Fish and whale, they don't have wings. Right? So crow and bat, with a beak, crow. Without a beak, bat. Okay? So fish and whale, with scales, fish. Without scales, whale. Okay? So after completing the dichotomous key, you have to give one last look at that one and you have to check whether you have completed the end of each branch correctly. So how do you end it correctly? If you did it correct, at the end of each branch, only one animal should be remaining. Okay, children? So you can check at the end of each branch, only one animal is remaining here. Okay, children? So I hope this part is clear now. Okay. Number 3. Name 3 animals showing camouflage. Part 1. Name 3 animals showing camouflage. Now this is very easy for you all because we learn so many examples for animals who show camouflage, right? We will write some of them. Right. Animals, 3 animals showing camouflage. I will write whip snake and we can write moths and we can write leaf insect, leaf insect. Okay, part 2. State 3 advantages of camouflage with examples. 3 advantages. Now under this one, remember, basically there are 2 main advantages of camouflage. What are they? We learned that when it comes to camouflage in animals, so some of these animals can survive in the environment without becoming the food for the predators, right? That is because, for example, this leaf insect and moths, they nicely blend with their environments, therefore their predators cannot spot them easily. Understand? Therefore they can protect from their predators. And at the same time, camouflage is very important for some predators. That is because they have to catch their food, catch their prey. So they can use these different body colors that blends with the environment to reach their prey, to reach the other animals without being seen. Okay, for example, whip snake. Whip snake is a carnivore animal. It feeds on the other animals. So it has to catch its prey. Okay? So what is the third advantage? Now as I mentioned you, there are 2 main advantages. What are the other advantages, children? You can even take that these type of, now here it doesn't ask, now state 3 advantages of camouflage with examples. It doesn't mention advantages for these animals, right? Generally, you have to mention what are the advantages of camouflage. Now you all know that animals have different body colors. Because of that, it beautifies the natural environment, right? There are butterflies with different colors. Okay, there are caterpillars with different colors. They beautify the environment and they add diversity to the environment. So this is also kind of advantage. Okay, children, we will write them. Number 1. Some animals can avoid their predators. Okay, so you have to write advantages of camouflage with examples. We have to write the examples as well. So some animals can avoid their predators. We will write the examples. Example. Green color of grasshoppers blends with the environment So they are predators. Cannot spot them easily. Number 2. Predators can sneak upon their prey. Right? Predators can sneak upon their prey without being seen. Example: whip snake can reach their prey without being seen. Okay? Number 3. It adds beauty to the natural environment. Okay? It adds beauty to the natural environment. We will write examples. Colorful butterflies. Colorful butterflies. Colorful butterflies. Number 1. Some animals can avoid their predators. Examples: green color of grasshoppers blends with the environment so their predators cannot spot them easily. Right? Number 2. Predators can sneak upon their prey. Example: whip snake can reach their prey without being seen. Number 3. It adds beauty to the natural environment. So examples: colorful butterflies, like colorful butterflies, colorful fish, colorful caterpillars, etc. Okay? So remember, even though the question asks 3 advantages, these are the 2 main advantages. Okay? This is an additional advantage. Okay. Number 4. Write 2 adaptations shown by the below mentioned animals to their living environment. Okay. So under the lesson we learned about 2 different types of adaptations, that is camouflage and streamlined body shape. But when you do this activity, you don't have to stick to those 2 characteristics or those 2 adaptations. You can write the other adaptations as well. Okay. So for the first example is done. Fish, what are the adaptations? Fish lives in water, so presence of fins to swim, and streamlined shape to move through water easily. What is the second one? Whip snake. We learn about whip snake. What is the color of the whip snake? It is green in color. It shows camouflage. So that what happens? It can catch their prey very easily without being seen, without being noticed. And what are the other adaptations? Now, whip snake, most of the time it has to go through the tree branches in order to catch their prey. Okay, their environment is trees. So what happens? They have a slender body. They have a small slender body, therefore they can move through the branches very easily. We can write whip snake. We will simply write camouflage. Camouflage. Whip snake, camouflage, green color body. And the other one, slender body. slender body. You can write slender body to move easily. When you write your answers, you can write it with long sentences. Next one, bird. Now you all know birds, they have wings to fly and they have streamline shape. Okay, we can write them. Wings to fly. Wings to fly. And streamline shape. Streamline shape. And millipede. Millipede has a worm-like structure, worm-like body. And you all know that millipede has a large number of legs to walk. That is one adaptation, right? Now this is a millipede. What is the specialty of this millipede? Can you see? It has formed into a coil. What is this? When the millipede is threatened, when in danger, these millipedes, they roll up into a coil, right? They curl into a coil so that there are important body parts present inside the coil. Therefore, they are kind of protected. Okay, this is a kind of defense mechanism. Understand, children? We will write millipede, large number of legs to walk. A large number of legs. And this one also we will write. Curls into a tight coil in danger or when threatened. Right? Curls into a tight coil in danger or when threatened. Mantis. Now this is the mantis. Look at the color. Body color is green color. This is also a form of camouflage. And what are the other characteristics that they have? What are the other characteristics or features they have to survive in their environment? So the mantis feeds on small insects. So in order to catch the insects, it has very strong forelegs, right? So you can see these front legs are quite different than the other legs. That is because they need to catch these insects using the front legs. Okay, we will write mantis, camouflage, green color body, camouflage, strong front legs, strong front legs. Okay, caterpillar, and caterpillar is another animal that shows camouflage. There are different colored caterpillars based on their environment. And what are the other adaptations? You all know that if you accidentally touch a caterpillar, what will happen? You will get a rash, you will feel very itchy. That is because these caterpillars have tiny hair-like structures and these are poisonous. Okay, so that is in order to ward off their predators. Okay, that is also a kind of defense mechanism. So thereby they can survive in their environment. Understand? So caterpillar, again camouflage. And we will write poisonous hair. Poisonous hair. Okay. So whip snake, camouflage, green color body and slender body, so it can move through the branches easily. Bird, wings to fly and streamline shape to fly through air currents easily. And millipede, it has a large number of legs to walk and it curls into a tight coil in a danger, right? And mantis has a green color body, so it shows camouflage. And it has strong front legs because it feeds on insects. They have to catch insect and feed on them, right? Caterpillar, again there are different colored caterpillars, therefore it shows camouflage and it has poisonous hair. Okay, children. So we completed the questions given in the textbook. Now we are going to do some additional questions. Right. Additional exercise 1. Underline the most correct answer. Number 1. An animal that shows camouflage is, now this is super easy for y'all. Moth, dog, crow, elephant. So the answer is moth. It's very clear. Dog, crow and elephant, normally they don't show camouflage, but moth we learned as an example. Okay. An animal that changes their color according to the environment it lives is. An animal who can change the body color, not the camouflage, right? Now, normally camouflage animals that we learned, they cannot change their body colors. But sometimes there are some animals which shows camouflage at the same time they can change their body color as well, right? Leopard, leaf insect, grasshopper, they all show camouflage, but they cannot change their body color. What about the lizard? We learned that these lizards can change the body color according to the environment, right? So answer lizard. Number 3. The answer with the animals with a streamlined body shape. So we learned about 2 different groups of animals with streamlined body shape. What is the streamlined body shape? This is the streamlined shape. Okay. So what are the 2 groups of animals with streamlined body shape? Fish and birds, right? Fish and birds. So here reptiles and mammals, it's not the answer. Yeah, fish and birds is the answer. Here is given fish and mammals, reptiles and birds. The correct answer is fish and birds. Number 4. The answer with only invertebrates is. So answer should not contain any vertebrate. So number 1, dragonfly is an invertebrate, but squirrel is a vertebrate. So 1 is not the answer. Number 2, parrot, rabbit, rat. They all are vertebrates. Now vertebrates are the animals with a backbone, right? So all these 3 animals are vertebrates. Number 3, snail, butterfly, prawn. Yes, they all don't have a backbone or a vertebral column. So all 3 animals are coming under invertebrates, right? Anyway, we'll read the 4th one, rat snake. Rat snake is a type of reptile. Reptiles are vertebrates. So the answer with only invertebrates is number 3, snail, butterfly, prawn. Right. Number 5, the ability of organisms to adjust to their environment is called. Now this is very easy. Animals can adjust to their environment so that they can survive and exist in their environment for a long period of time. This is known as adaptations. So classification, streamlined shape, camouflage, they are not the answers. Now camouflage is a certain way that they can adapt to their environment. The correct answer is adaptation. Number 6. An animal with a streamlined body shape is. Streamlined body shape is. Streamlined body shape is. So what is the answer? Again, streamlined body shape can be seen in birds and fish, right? So frog is an amphibian. Cobra is a reptile. Millipede is an invertebrate, right? And tilapia is a type of fish. Therefore, answer is tilapia. Tilapia. Right. Number 7. An amphibian is. Amphibians are coming under vertebrates. Okay. Crocodile. Crocodile is a type of reptile. Salamander? Yes, salamander is coming under an amphibian. Now, who are the amphibians? Amphibians are the animals that complete part of their life cycle in water and the other part in land. Okay, so salamander is a type of amphibian. Tortoise and turtle are also coming under reptiles. Therefore, answer salamander. Next one. Not an invertebrate. It means it has to be a vertebrate. Right? Rat snake. Rat snake is coming under reptiles. All the reptiles are vertebrates. Prawn, starfish and scorpion, they are coming under invertebrates. Right. Number 9. The answer with only amphibians is again, right? So amphibians are the animals. Again, who are the amphibians? Amphibians are the animals that complete part of the lifetime, part of the life cycle in water and the other part in land. So frog is an amphibian. Tortoise, turtle, they are reptiles. And toad, frog and salamander, they all are amphibians. That is the answer, but we'll read the rest too. Toad, crocodile is a reptile. Frog, turtle is a reptile. Lizard is also a reptile, right? So the correct answer, the answer with only amphibians is toad, frog and salamander. Right. The group of animals with the body shape given in the picture. What is this body shape? This is called the streamlined shape. Streamlined shape. Streamlined shape. So the groups of animals with streamlined shape, fish and birds. So reptiles and mammals, fish and reptiles, birds and amphibians, they are not the answers. Birds and fish is the answer. Okay, children, I hope this part was very clear. We will move to the next question. Okay, exercise 2. Fill in the blanks using the words given within the brackets. We will read the answers given first. Locomotion, camouflage, mammal, vertebrates, predators, dichotomous keys. Okay, so we will go through the questions now. Praying mantis shows. Mantis, you all know that mantis, it's a green color animal, right? It blends with the environmental color. It means praying mantis shows camouflage. Camouflage. Mantis shows camouflage. Number 2. Animals with a backbone are called. Another name for this backbone is vertebral column. So animals with a vertebral column or a backbone are known as vertebrates. Okay? So animals with a backbone are called, yes, here, vertebrates. Vertebrates. Right. Number 3. Streamlined body shape is important for the animals who live in water and air. Now, streamlined body shape, it is very important. These fish and birds, in order to move their body from one place to another place, which is known as locomotion, right? So, streamlined body shape is important for the animals who live in water and air for locomotion. 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 Number 4. The body color of the grasshopper helps it to protect from its. Now, grasshopper shows camouflage because its body color is green in color and nicely blends with the environment. The predators that come to feed on these grasshoppers cannot spot them easily, right? So, the body color of the grasshopper helps it to protect from its predators, right? Predators are the animals that eat another animal, right? And bat is a flying mammal. Yeah, bat is a flying mammal. And finally, is used to classify living organisms using the external characteristics. What is this? This is the dichotomous key, right? Dichotomous keys. Dichotomous key. Dichotomous key is used to classify living organisms using the external characteristics. Okay, children? Exercise number 3. There are 5 groups of vertebrates. What are they? So, vertebrates are the animals with a backbone or a vertebral column. So, I told you vertebrates can be divided into 5 main groups. What are they? Do you remember? They are fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals. We will write fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and finally mammals. Mammals. Right? Fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals. Number 2, write 2 characteristics of mammals. So I explained you there are different characteristics or features of mammals. What are they? They have external ears and babies feed on mother's milk, and at the same time they have lungs to breathe and their body is covered with hair. Those type of things you can write. Let's write some characteristics. Here we had to write only 2. Right. Babies feed on mother's milk. Mother's milk. Presence of external ears. External ears. Okay, write 2 characteristics of mammals. Okay, children, we'll move to the next one. Okay, number 4. Write examples for mammals. There are many examples. We will write some. Humans, dog, elephant, cat, rat. So many examples are there, children. Dolphin, an aquatic mammal, dolphin and whale. Bat is a flying mammal. Right. Many examples are there. Okay? Who are birds? Who are birds? Now, birds are the animals that can fly, and they have wings and a beak, right? And they have a streamlined body shape. So we can simply write those things. So who are birds? We will write animals with streamlined bodies covered with feathers, beaks. Animals with streamlined bodies covered with feathers, and they also have beaks and wings to fly. Wings to fly. Right? Animals with streamlined bodies covered with feathers, and they have beaks and also wings to fly. Okay? Exercise 5. Write examples for birds. Again, you can write many examples. We will write parrot, peacock, magpie, crow, hawk, kingfisher, you can write many other examples too. Right. Write 2 characteristics of birds. Now, even in this question, we wrote some of these characteristics. They have streamlined bodies, their body is covered with feathers, they have beaks, they have wings to fly. Okay, we will write 2 of them. Write 2 characteristics of birds. Presence of streamlined bodies. Number 2. Body is covered with feathers. Right. Presence of streamlined bodies, body is covered with feathers. Okay, you can write other characteristics as well. Okay, we'll move to the next. Right. Exercise number 6. Write examples for fish. Again, you can write many examples. We will write some of them. Tuna, shark, tilapia, and you can write some ornamental fish, goldfish, carps, guppy. Right. Okay, there are many other examples too. And write 2 characteristics of fish. Again, we know many characteristics of fish. They have a streamlined body shape, they have fins to swim, and their body is covered with scales, and they have gills to breathe. Okay, we will write some of them. Presence of gills to breathe, because they have to breathe the oxygen dissolved in water. Presence of gills to breathe, presence of fins to swim. Okay, we have write only 2. Presence of gills to breathe, presence of fins to swim, and you can write other characteristics too. Number 7. Write the benefits of camouflage. Again, we discussed this earlier too. What are the benefits of camouflage? I told you there are 2 main benefits. That is, animals can avoid their predators. And another benefit is predators can reach their prey without being noticed or without being seen. And as an additional benefit, I told you these animals that show camouflage, they beautify the environment. We will write them. For animals to avoid their predators. Number 2. for predators to catch their prey without being seen. Right? For predators to catch their prey without being seen, or to reach their prey without being seen. Number 3. Remember, these two are the main advantages, right? Main benefits, but we'll write the other one as well as an additional benefit. Adds beauty to the environment. So I will put a special mark here because these are the main benefits, right? For animals to avoid their predators, for predators to catch their prey without being seen, and adds beauty to the environment, right? Number 8. Part 1. Animals can be divided into two groups according to their presence or absence of backbone, or the vertebral column. According to that, complete the following chart. So animals can be two groups based on the presence or absence of the backbone. Another name for backbone is vertebral column, right? So animals with a vertebral column or a backbone are known as vertebrates, and the animals without a backbone are known as invertebrates. Here, vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates and invertebrates. Number 2. Fill in the blanks of the following sentence. Animals with a backbone are called vertebrates. And animals without a backbone are called invertebrates. Animals with a backbone are called vertebrates, and animals without a backbone are called invertebrates. Okay, we'll move to the next. Okay, exercise 9. Now here 2 instances are given. Name the animal group described in each instance and mention whether that animal group belongs to vertebrates or invertebrates. You have to identify what is the animal group described under each instance, and we have to mention whether that group belongs to vertebrates or invertebrates, right? So the body is covered with fur. So this is definitely mammals. We know that only mammals have fur, right? So the body is covered with fur, external ears present, teeth present, mammary glands present. So this is about mammals. And we have to mention whether that particular group belongs to vertebrates or invertebrates. So mammals are vertebrates. We will write mammals vertebrates. Right. Number 2, have a dry skin with scales, reproduce by laying eggs. Do you remember under reptiles I explained that reptile skin is very dry because they don't have any glands, right? So they have scales and at the same time they reproduce by laying eggs. So this is about reptiles, and reptiles are also coming under vertebrates. They have a backbone. Reptiles. Vertebrates. Vertebrates. Okay. Number 10. What is meant by adaptations of organisms? Now, what is the meaning of adaptations, children? We learn that when animals live in different environments, those environments have different features. Some of these features are extreme features. Okay, so the animals who live in different environments, they have special characteristics in order to fit into that environment, to adjust to that environment. These are known as adaptations. So what is the meaning of adaptations? The ability of a certain animal to adjust to the living environment or their habitat. Okay, let's write. What is meant by adaptations of organisms? The ability of organisms to adjust to their living environment or to adjust to the environment they live. Right. The ability of organisms to adjust to the environments they live in. Right. Next one. What is the importance of adaptations? Why do they have to adapt to their environment? What will happen otherwise, children? So you know that in order to live in a particular environment, you have to fulfill your needs. They have to eat, they need shelter, right? So in order to fulfill these needs, these adaptations are very important. So when they fulfill their needs, they can live in that environment for a long period of time. Okay, they can exist in that environment. So what is the importance of adaptations? We will write to fulfill their needs. We'll write some examples. Food, shelter, etc. Protection. To fulfill their needs and thereby to ensure the existence in the environment. To fulfill their needs and thereby to ensure the existence in the environment. Okay, children? Right, exercise number 11. An activity done by a group of students is given below. 100 toothpicks were colored in red, green, white and brown, 25 in one color. So this is the same activity we did, right? Colored toothpicks were spread on a gravel floor. So what is the color of the gravel floor, children? That is brown color. So the 4 students, Shashin, Amit, Janidu and Sanket, started simultaneously to pick up the toothpicks of different colors within a minute. Okay, this is the same activity we did, but in this case the activity is done in a different way. Okay, so you remember when we did the activity, we asked the 3 children to pick all the colors, but here one child to pick one color. Okay, so the number of toothpicks picked by each student was recorded on a table as below. So look at the table. Shashin picked 12 red colored toothpicks. Amit picked 18 green colored toothpicks. Janidu picked 25 white colored toothpicks and Sanket picked 8 brown colored toothpicks. So by now you all know the reason for these differences. So when you compare these brown colored toothpicks with red, green and white, only a little amount of or little number of brown colored toothpicks are picked here. Okay, so red 12, green 18, white 25 out of 25, but brown only 8. Okay, we'll got the questions now. Number 1. Which student picked up the least number of toothpicks? Who's the student who picked the least number of toothpicks? Means brown toothpicks. Sanket, right? We'll write Sanket. Sanket. Which student picked up the most number of toothpicks? So which means white toothpicks. 25 white toothpicks by Janidu. Janidu. Right. Next question. Why did the number of toothpicks picked up by the 2 students you named in the above instances change significantly? Right? So 25, now we'll go to the table again. 25 white toothpicks, but only 8 brown toothpicks. There's a significant difference. What is the reason? What is the environment they used to spread these toothpicks? That is gravel flow. What is the color of the gravel flow? That is brown color. So when these brown color toothpicks spread on brown color background, we can't spot them easily. This is actually kind of camouflage. Okay, but what happens with white? So white is very prominent on a brown color background. So that is why Janidu can see white color toothpicks very clearly, but Sanket cannot spot these brown color toothpicks. That is because the environment color is also brown. Okay, we will write. Right. Why did the number of toothpicks picked up by the 2 students you named in the above instances change significantly? Because brown toothpicks blend with the environment. So what is the environment? Gravel flow. Blend with the environment. So cannot be spotted easily. White color can be seen clearly on a brown background. Brown color background. So can be picked up easily, right? Because brown toothpicks blend with the environment or the gravel flow, so cannot be spotted easily. White color can be seen clearly on a brown color background. Okay? So number 4. All the toothpicks were spread on a lawn, which means an area with grass, and picked up by the students as before. Briefly explain the possible outcome. So this time what will happen? Earlier, all the toothpicks were spread on a brown color background. So what happened? The number of brown color toothpicks that were picked up were less. So this time what will happen? The environment is green color, lawn is green color. So the number of green color toothpicks will be picked last. Okay, we will write that. Right, we will write less number of green color toothpicks. Green color toothpicks will be picked up. Okay? Less number of green color toothpicks will be picked up. That is because when green color toothpicks present on a green color background, which means the lawn, we can't spot them clearly. Okay, children? I hope this is clear now. Exercise 12. Right, look at this picture. It looks like a fish, but it's a different shape. What is the problem arises if a fish has a shape as given in the diagram? You all know normally the shape of the fish is like this. Right? This is the common shape. This is the streamline shape. So the reason behind this shape is due to the presence of this shape, right, this special shape, these aquatic animals can swim through water easily. They can cut the water currents easily because of the pointed edges. But here what happens, you can see the front is broad. So when they swim to a certain direction, their body shape does not support to cut the water currents. Okay, therefore, if they have this type of shape, it's a little difficult to swim through water. Right? So what is the problem arises if a fish has a shape as given in the diagram? Difficult to swim through water. Difficult to swim through water. Right. Draw the special shape that helps fish to overcome the above problem. So I mentioned streamline shape. Okay. We will draw. So this is the shape. A shape with tapering ends. Okay. What is the name given to the above special shape? Streamline shape. Streamline shape. Streamline shape. We'll move to the next. Right, exercise 13. Again, we have the same experiment that we did. The setup you use to find out how the body shape of the animals affects their movement is given below. Right? Look at this setup. Name A, B, C, D and E. So, what is A? You remember we made these forms using ladies' fingers. Okay, so these are the forms made with ladies' finger points, right? And B, balls of clay. C is water. D is the tray and E, thread. Okay, right? A. Forms made with ladies' fingers. Ladies' fingers. Forms made with ladies' fingers. B, balls of clay. Balls of clay. C, water. D, tray. And E, thread. Okay. Right, children? Next question. What did you observe here? So what happened here? Now look at the shapes. You can see these two pointed parts of the lady's fingers are connected with the tape, we will name this X. This is the streamline shape structure. And the other structure, a cylindrical structure, we will name it as Y. What is the observation? When you release these X and Y pieces, because of the weights of these two clay balls, what happens? These will move to the other end of the tray with different speeds. What is the reason? That is because X will move faster than Y. Reason? It has streamlined shape. You all know now streamlined shape can move through water faster than the other shapes. Okay, children? So, what is the observation? X moves faster than Y. We will write it briefly. What did you observe here? When the two forms or two structures are released at once, X moves faster than Y. X reaches the other end of the tray faster. Right? When the two forms are released at once, X reaches the other end of the tray faster. You can write than Y. Okay? What is the conclusion drawn from the above observation? What is the conclusion? That streamlined shape helps to move through water. Okay? Right. That streamline shape helps the aquatic organisms that streamlined shape helps the aquatic organisms to move through water efficiently. Right. So after doing this activity, we can come to a conclusion that streamlined shape helps with the aquatic organisms to move through water efficiently. Right? That streamlined shape helps the aquatic organisms to move through water efficiently. Right? The next one. What could be the reason for using lady's fingers pieces for this activity? Why can't we use something else? The first reason is, you know that when it comes to lady's fingers, you have to make these structures, one structure, this X structure with pointed ends or tapering ends. So when we consider the shape of the lady's fingers, it has the nice shape with tapering ends. Right? At the same time, it can float on water easily because of its light weight. Okay. Number one, because of its light weight, and the other reason is because it has a pointed part. Right? It has a pointed part. Therefore, you can cut these type of parts and cut the end of these lady's fingers, and you can make a streamlined shape structure easily. Okay? We will write. What could be the reason for using lady's fingers pieces for this activity? Due to its light weight and the presence of pointed end. So it is ideal to make a streamlined shape. Okay, a form with streamlined shape. So due to its light weight and the presence of pointed end, it's ideal to make a form with streamlined shape. Okay, so just the shape itself is not enough. It has to be light in weight as well. Otherwise, it cannot flow in water. Right? So this is the answer. We'll move to the next. Number 14. Apart from fish, name another group of animals with a streamlined body shape. Who are the animals with streamlined body shape? Birds and fish. So apart from fish, birds. Number 2. So define what camouflage is. Camouflage is the difficulty to identify animals because they have the same body color as their environment. Okay, let's write. The difficulty to identify animals due to blending their body color to the environment. Okay? The difficulty to identify animals due to blending their body color to the environment is known as camouflage. Name 2 animals that show camouflage. 2 animals. We know many examples. We will write grasshopper, leaf insect. Okay, let's move to the next. Right, exercise 15. Organisms are classified based on various criteria. Classification means grouping of organisms, right? Write 2 benefits of classification of animals. What are the benefits? We can study about them easily, we can identify the animals easily, and it saves our time. Okay, we will write easy to identify, easy to study about animals, here also we will write identify animals, right? Easy to identify animals, easy to study about animals, easy to name them. Okay, those are the benefits of classifications. Right. Number 2. Why does a scientific way of classification be necessary to group animals? What is the reason? Why do we need a scientific method apart from other methods of classifications? Now, do you remember earlier in this lesson, we learned that crow, butterfly, and bat can be categorized under flying animals. So the characteristic that we use to categorize this animal is the presence of wings. Okay, due to the presence of wings, we can categorize these 3 animals under the same group. Flying animals, or animals with wings. But apart from the presence of the wings, when we compare the other features of these 3 animals, it's totally different. Okay, children. So just by considering one characteristic, when we categorize animals, it is not accurate, it is not correct. Okay, it means it's not the most correct method. There are correct sides as well, but it's not the most correct method. Okay, that is why we need a most correct method to categorize animals. So that is the scientific method, right? Scientific ways. Okay, children. Why does a scientific way of classification be necessary to group animals? Because when we categorize animals using different characteristics, apart from the particular characteristic that we use, particular feature that we use, there are many differences. There are many differences among animals. Therefore, that type of classification is not accurate. Understand? Because when we categorize animals using different characteristics, apart from the particular feature that we use, for example, the presence of wings. So when we categorize crow, butterfly and bat under animals with wings, yes, that feature is there, but the other features are different. Okay, so we'll underline this part. This is very important. Apart from the particular feature that we use, because that feature of course is there, right? There are many differences among animals, many other differences among animals. Therefore, that type of classification is not accurate, not very correct. Okay, that is why we have to switch to scientific way of classification. Understand? Okay. Exercise 16. In scientific classification, animals are grouped as vertebrates and invertebrates. Animals with a backbone are called vertebrates and animals without a backbone are called invertebrates. Group the following animals as vertebrates and invertebrates. Now this is super easy. Right, vertebrates. The list of the animals given: cobra, starfish, snail, tortoise, fish and prawn. Vertebrates? Yeah, cobra is a vertebrate. Cobra is a reptile. Reptiles are vertebrates. Starfish, invertebrate. Starfish. Snail, invertebrate. Tortoise is a reptile and a vertebrate. Fish, vertebrates. Prawn, invertebrate. Okay, children. Cobra, tortoise and fish are coming under vertebrates. Starfish, snail and prawn are coming under invertebrates. Right? Right. Number 2. Name the different groups of vertebrates and write an example for each group. Now this is also easy one. What are the different groups? Starting from fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. These are the 5 groups of vertebrates. Not only this, we have to write an example for each group. We will write, this is easy, fish, tuna. You can write many examples, amphibians, frog, toads, reptiles, cobra, birds, kingfisher, mammals, elephant, humans, many mammals are there. Right? 5 groups of vertebrates with examples. Okay? Right. Exercise 17. Complete the following table considering the body color of animals. So, name of the animal, environment that they live in, color of the environment, color of the body. Right? So, praying mantis live in trees related to leaves and branches. We will write trees. What is the body color? Environment color. So, trees, green color. And what is the color of the body? That is also green. Green. This is also green. Right. Whip snake also lives in trees and green color environment, green color body. Trees. Green. Green. Right? Caterpillar environment is leaves, plant leaves. What is the color? Different colored caterpillars are there. Because I am going to write plant leaves, we can write green, and body color is also green. Okay? Leaves. Green. And green. Okay? Parrot. What is the environment? Again, trees. And color of the environment? Trees, green color. And color of the body of the parrot? That is also green. Okay, children. We'll move to the next. Okay. Exercise 18. A dichotomous key is used to classify living organisms. Define what a dichotomous key is. What is a dichotomous key? Yes, dichotomous key is a certain way that we can use to classify or group organisms, plants or animals, right? To group organisms based on the presence and absence of different characteristics. Okay, so that is known as a dichotomous key. We'll write a method used to classify or group organisms based on the presence and absence of characteristics. Right? A method used to classify organisms based on the presence and absence of characteristics. Okay. Write 2 features of a dichotomous key. What are the features? What is the main feature? Now, when you start this dichotomous key, you always have to use external characteristics that you can observe clearly, right? That you can observe easily. We will write that number 1. Using characteristics that can be observed easily. What are the other features? Now, when you consider certain characteristic, you always have to consider one characteristic at a time, right? We'll write that. Considering one feature or one characteristic at a time. Okay? Using characteristics that can be observed easily. That is a must. Considering one feature at a time. Okay, children? We will move to the next. Right. Exercise 19. Classify the following animals using a dichotomous key. Now, this is easy. We have a set of animals: cat, butterfly, crow, deer, cobra, and leech. Okay? We will start this. There are many ways you can do this. As I told you before, you don't have to stick to my method. You can use different features, okay? Right. Cat, butterfly, crow, deer, cobra, and leech. I'm going to consider the presence and absence of wings first, okay? I'm going to take with wings, with wings, without wings, without wings. Right. What are the animals with wings? Cat, butterfly has wings. Butterfly, crow has wings. Deer, cobra, leech, no wings. Therefore, they go to this side. Cat, deer, cobra, leech. Okay. Then we have this side, butterfly and crow. Now, butterfly is an insect, but crow is a bird. There are so many differences, right? Crow has a backbone, butterfly doesn't have a backbone, and butterfly has antennas, crow doesn't have antennas, and crow has feathers, butterflies doesn't have feathers, right? Crow has beak, likewise there are many differences. We will take one. We will take with feathers, with feathers, without feathers. Without feathers. What is the animal with feathers here? The bird, crow. And butterfly, no feathers. Okay. So can we divide these two sides again? No. Only one animal is remaining at the end of each branch. So we are moving to the other side. Okay. So 4 animals: cat, deer, cobra and leech. How can we divide them? There are many ways. You can use different methods. Don't stick to my method. I will take with fur, without fur. With fur, without fur. Without fur. What are the animals with fur? Cat and deer, they have fur because they are mammals, right? Cat and deer with fur. Cobra and leech without fur. Cobra and leech without fur. Then here we have 2 animals. We have to keep on dividing. We will take cat and deer. What are the differences between cat and deer? Now cat has claws but deer doesn't have claws. Instead deer has hooves, right? So deer has hooves but cat doesn't have hooves. There are differences like that. We will take with hooves. Without hooves. Without hooves. So the presence of hooves is an adaptation to run fast, okay? Right. So deer has hooves and cat without hooves. And then finally cobra and leech. Now we can't divide this side anymore because only one animal is remaining at each end, right? So cobra and leech. What is the main difference between cobra and leech? Cobra is a vertebrate, leech is an invertebrate. So cobra has a backbone but leech does not have a backbone, right? We will write that with a backbone without a backbone. With a backbone and without a backbone. So cobra has a backbone and leech no backbone. It's an invertebrate. Okay, children? So cat, butterfly, crow, deer, cobra and leech. With wings, without wings. Under with wings, butterfly and crow. Again, with feathers, without feathers. Crow has feathers, butterfly without feathers, right? And this side without wings, cat, deer, cobra and leech. Cat and deer with fur, cobra and leech without fur. So this side, deer with hooves and cat without hooves. And when it comes to cobra and leech, cobra with a backbone, leech without a backbone. Okay, children, we will move to the next now. Right, we have another dichotomous key as the next question. Here we have the set of animals: parrot, eagle, fish, snail and python. Right. We will divide them as well. Now you are very familiar with these dichotomous keys. We can do this very easily. So here this side I will write with feathers, without feathers. With feathers, without feathers. Without feathers. So we'll categorize the animals. Animals with feathers. Parrot, eagle, they are birds, they have feathers. Fish, snail and python, they don't have feathers. Parrot, eagle. This side, fish, snail, python. And then this side, parrot and eagle, what are the differences? Now, when we take their beaks, they both have a curved beak. But what about the body color? Parrot has a green color body, but eagle doesn't have. We will write that factor. With a green color body, without a green color body. Right? Parrot with a green color body and eagle without a green color body. Okay, children. This side, we have 3 animals to divide: fish, snail and python. I will take the factor with fins, without a fin. Or with a streamlined body, without a streamlined body. With fins. Without fins. So animals with fins, fish. Without fins, snail and python. Snail and python. Okay. How can we divide snail and python, children? There are many differences. When you take python, it has a backbone, but snail doesn't have a backbone. And at the same time, snail has a shell, but python doesn't have a shell, right? Python has scales, and snail doesn't have scales, right? Differences. I will take with a shell, without a shell. Okay, so with a shell, snail. Without a shell, python. Okay? Parrot, eagle, fish, snail, python. Parrot and eagle with feathers, fish, snail and python without feathers. This side, parrot with a green color body and eagle without a green color body. And this side, fish with fins and snail and python without fins. And here, snail with a shell and python without a shell. So at the end of each branch, only one animal is remaining. It means we have done it correctly. Okay. So we will move to the next now. Okay. Exercise 21, classify the following plants. Now this time we have a set of plants to classify using the dichotomous key. Orange, coconut, cycas, rambutan and mimosa. We will start this now. So what are the differences that you can see when you look at these plants, children? So many differences are there. When you take their leaves, they are different. Now in lesson 1, you learn so many differences among plants, right? So if you consider, some of these plants have compound leaves, some of them have simple leaves, right? Some of their stem is not branched, some of they are branched, okay? So we can write some of them. I will take stem is branched. So if this side stem is branched, the other side has to be stem is not branched. Right. So what are the plants with a branched stem? Orange, yes. Orange. Coconut, no branches. Cycas, again no branches. Rambutan and mimosa, yes, they have branches. Rambutan, mimosa. Oh, touch me not. Right. So we'll divide this side first. We'll take what are the features that we can use to divide these 3 plants? Right. So you all know that mimosa plant has compound leaves. But when it comes to orange and rambutan, they have simple leaves. I will take that factor. With compound leaves, Now because orange and rambutan has simple leaves, can we write in this side with simple leaves? No, it's wrong, right? So if you write on this side with compound leaves, this side must be without compound leaves, okay? Without compound leaves. Right. So with compound leaves, mimosa. Without compound leaves, orange and rambutan. So what is a compound leaf again, children? Compound leaf. Now when you take compound leaves, the leaf blade is divided into leaflets. These are compound leaves. Okay. Simple leaves, the leaf blade is not divided. Right. So mimosa has compound leaves. Orange and rambutan have simple leaves. We will divide orange and rambutan now. What are the differences? We can consider about their fruits. What is the speciality of these rambutan fruits? Rambutan fruits have a hairy cover. We can consider that factor. Fruit is hairy. Fruit is hairy. Hair-like structures present. Right. So here fruit is not hairy. So what are the examples? Fruit is hairy, rambutan. Fruit is not hairy, orange. Understand? So this side is completed. We will move to the other side. Right. Here we have two plants remaining, coconut and cycas. So what is the main difference? In the first lesson we learned about flowering and non-flowering plants. Cycas is a non-flowering plant. Coconut is a flowering plant. Okay. So we can take that factor. With flowers, without flowers. With flowers, without flowers. Right. So here coconut and here cycas. Okay, children. So orange, coconut, cycas, rambutan and mimosa. Orange, rambutan, mimosa stem is branched. Coconut and cycas stem is not branched. And mimosa has compound leaves. Orange and rambutan doesn't have compound leaves. Right? And rambutan fruit is hairy. Orange fruit is not hairy. And when we move to the other side, coconut has flowers and cycas does not have flowers. Understand, children? I hope this part is very clear now. Additional exercise 22. Fill in the blanks of the following dichotomous keys. Now, this is quite easy because we don't have to write many steps. We just have to fill in the blanks. Okay? Right. What are the examples given? Rat snake, snail and parrot. So this side with a beak. So parallel other side, this line must be without a beak. Okay, the absence of the same characteristic. If this is with a beak, this must be without a beak. Let's write without a beak. So from these animals with a beak, rat snake, no beak, therefore goes here. Rat snake, snail, again no beak, goes here. And parrot, yes, with the beak. So only parrot is remaining here, therefore we can't divide it into branches again. Okay, so this side, two animals. Here this side given with an external shell. So this side must be without an external shell. right? The absence of the same characteristic. Without an external shell. Without an external shell, right? With an external shell. From rat, snake and snail, snail has a shell. So here snail and rat snake. Understand, children? Rat snake, snail and parrot, parrot with a beak, rat snake and snail without a beak, and snail with an external shell, rat snake without an external shell. Understand, children? We will move to the next one. Cycas, umbrella, jack and ferns. Here, these are the set of plants. This side empty, this side it gives the key is without flowers. If this side is without flowers, this side must be with flowers. If this side is the absence, this side has to be the presence of the same characteristic, right? Let's write. This has to be with flowers. With flowers. Right. So out of these examples, what are the plants with flowers? Cycas without flowers. We will write it here. Cycas. Umbrella, yes, with flowers. Umbrella. The next one, jack. Yes, jack has flowers. And ferns? Ferns, no flowers. Non-flowering plant. Right. And moving to this side, umbrella and jack with a large number of seeds. If this side is with a large number of seeds, the other key should be without a large number of seeds. Without a large number of seeds. Without a large number of seeds. Right. So what is the fruit with a large number of seeds? Obviously jack. It has many seeds. But when you consider umbrella, only one seed is there. Okay. So here jack and umbrella. Okay. Let's move to this side. We have cycas and ferns. We have to divide them. Here it's given without a strong stem. So if this side is without a strong stem, this must be with a strong stem. With a strong stem. Right. So out of cycas and ferns, cycas has a strong stem. It is unbranched but is stronger than ferns. Okay? Cycas. Ferns, no strong stem. Okay, children. Cycas, umbrella, jack, ferns. Umbrella and jack with flowers. Cycas and ferns without flowers. And jack with a large number of seeds and umbrella without a large number of seeds. And cycas with a strong stem and ferns without a strong stem. Right, children, we have completed the lesson now. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. This is a biology lesson and we learned so many differences among animals and we learn how to categorize animals, how to group them using scientific methods, and also we learn what are their special adaptations towards the environment. And under the adaptations, we learn that camouflage and different body shapes like streamline shapes are very important to survive in their environment. And finally, we learn how to categorize organisms using dichotomous keys. So in order to understand this lesson better, you have to practice these questions again and again. Especially these dichotomous keys, you have to practice again and again. You can make your own examples and you can put them into a dichotomous key so that you will understand the lesson better.